Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. It's been a while. I just came back from a pretty successful trip. I was for 3 weeks and a little bit more in Bali, and then I went directly from there to Seattle to the World Championship in Bellevue. Beautiful place, and I made the top 8 at the World Championship, which very exciting. Very exciting. Very happy about that result. Of course, very proud of myself, and yeah, just had an amazing time in Bali. I really loved it there. The weather, the people, fantastic. I sort of like it was like half vacation, half preparation for Worlds. That's what mostly took up my time. I didn't record any videos there, or also didn't did a little bit of coaching. But yeah, and it was really nice to just escape sort of the cold. I really like it in the warm. I'm not like a winter person too much. Yeah, made some really cool connections there. And then the World Championship, we tested a bunch for it, of course, standard and draft. And yeah, it was a roller coaster of an event for me. I made some of the worst blunders I've made in my entire professional career. In round 3, if you've seen my interview on Saturday with Cedric, you've heard about this already. In round 3, I just decided to cast Day of Black Sun, killing away a creature of mine that I didn't intend to kill away. I feel like my brain was not thinking properly, maybe thinking it was power. I killed like a 6/5 Knowledge Seeker. My opponent had 3 life, really under the gun right now. And I just cast Day of the Black Sun for X equals 2, and forgetting that I kill my 6/5, removing basically my entire clock on them, and just losing the game narrowly from there, and throwing away an easy 3-0. At that point, I was probably like 90%, 95% to win that game. Yeah, that was rough. I somehow recovered though, and I'm proud of that. And then played 5-2 on day 1, lost another one in constructed, but won 3 more. So I bounced back from that round 3. And then on day 2, 2-1 the draft with a pretty medium deck. So I was happy about that. Had some scrappy games too, and got there narrowly in like 3 games. In both the wins I had, and got slaughtered in the loss I had. Not even close. Yeah, against finalist actually, Akira Shibata. That was in draft. He beat me in Edge of Eternities as well in draft. He's got my number. Did he beat me? Oh no, actually he didn't beat me. I beat him. But I went 1-2 in that draft, so I felt like it was a loss. But yeah, I did beat him. But I remember also having a tight match. Anyways, here he beat me and also made top 8 in the end. And yeah, then I went on to the constructed, beat CFT Sock in the Otter Mirrors, then got paired into Javi Dominguez at 8-3, which was an incredible match as well, which I wish would have been on camera. We were in a feature match, but it was never shown. Maybe I can get that footage because game 3 was incredible. But also there, I mega punted in game 1. Mega punted. He was going to ang. He was anging with the 2/3 flash ang. He was playing bad airbending. My earthbended land, and I don't know, my brain didn't really properly work at the time or whatever. And I just put the land in the airbend zone. So I like sort of exiled it. But that's not how it works. It gets into exile and it triggers from the earthbend trigger and comes directly into play. And yeah, then I went to try to play my land in the second main. I was in combat when he did that. And a judge noticed and said like, hey, you're not able to do that. And they ruled with the head judge, no way to appeal it. They ruled that I had exiled my own land and I couldn't get it. It's gone. I missed that earthbend trigger. And that land was crucial because I was stuck on 3 mana, drawing uncastable cards. And I had a talent in play. And with that talent, I could have returned a Torture Tower. That Torture Tower, it was a pretty scrappy game. Would have probably been able to get me over the finish line because he was down to 4 life and had like a few small creatures in play, beating him down. But yeah, then I lost from there. That was pretty rough, and then I mulliganed to 5 in game number 2 with him being on a 7, and that was pretty hefty. But I win that game, and then I win game 3 as well in an incredible fashion with like an incredible combo turn where I had to really go crazy and get really lucky and have him to be really unlucky. It was insane, and I beat him, and then in round number 13, I play against another Otters mirror and get lucky and win that too and make the top 8. It was incredible. Yeah, in the quarterfinals, I lost pretty swiftly. Didn't have the greatest draws in game 1 and 2. Maybe should have mulliganed one of my opening hands. And then game 3 got pretty close. Made one judgment call that didn't pan out, perhaps. And my opponent kind of had it down to the last card that he needed to sort of clench out a victory, and I was out. Of course, disappointed and sad, but only for like maybe 30 minutes to an hour. Took me some time to just chill and relax on Sunday, let it all like calm down, my adrenaline, my emotions and everything, sort of decompress. And then later I played a team draft and lost narrowly, but had one of the best draft decks I've ever had. I went 3-0. Yeah, also brought Spencer with me, who borrowed me the deck. It's a longtime coaching client of mine, super nice guy, who was nice enough to borrow me and figure out the cards for the Otters deck, because I was coming straight from Bali, so I didn't have like, I didn't know what I was going to play a month before, so I didn't pick up any cards really. I did have the Badger Mole Cups secured, luckily, because yeah, Stefan Schütz is quite the investor. He bought a little bit of Badger Cups, which was a good investment. So we had enough for the team, and we needed them because all 11 of us all played 4 Badger Cups. Yeah, in testing for the event, we did overestimate the amount of Badger molds. We thought the card was completely broken, which I think it is. But yeah, we thought it was going to be the dominating story of the World Championship. So we chose to play decks that are very good in the Badger Mole Cup mirror matches. 7 of us chose Otters, 5 of us chose Green-Black Ouroboros. Yeah, and our aim was to beat Band Airbending and Simic Ouroboros. We thought those were like some of the best, the top decks in the format. And of course, is it sort of the Seal deck, the Riddler deck? And then the metagame turned out to be a bunch of Otters and Lessons and like other Izzet type control decks, like the Izzet Prowess Thundertrap Trainer Riddler deck, which Prowess is like the worst name for that deck. Should name that Control or Riddler, I don't know, not Prowess, or Portal, Splash Portal stuff. In any case, yeah, so we definitely didn't nail the metagame, so we kind of ran, like our Otters list was pretty good in the mirror matches, in the cup mirrors. And Otters especially is a good deck against like Simic and Band Airbending, because it has like interaction, but it also has its own powerful proactive combo. And Badger Mole is pretty good against these other green decks because it gives you something unfair. Especially, of course, Badger Mole plus Enduring Vitality into Song or something is just completely busted. And the green decks don't have that much interaction, right? So yeah, Torture Tower, we identified that as to be one of the best cards in the format, and that's why we ended up on Otters. But yeah, it turned out that Izzet Lessons was the best deck. We completely missed that. We had a version, of course, but without the monuments and the talent. And yeah, we just decided that deck wasn't good enough, which I think is true. That deck is not particularly good. Head off to Derek Davis, who somehow made top 8 with it. But yeah, I mean, I also made top 8 with Otters, a 40% win rate deck after Frank Carsten, opened up the data gates to the event. One of the worst constructed decks I've played in a while, win rate wise. Still made top 8 somehow. Went 6-1 in constructed. Only played against one Izzet Riddler deck, which was my one loss. That matchup felt kind of rough. They had 3 get-outs in the main deck. Michael Plummer, the last PT winner it was. And I dodged Izzet Lessons completely. Yeah. So I ran into good matchup. I ran into Simic, into Band Airbending, played 2 mirror matches, which I won narrowly, and played against like Blue-Black, which is a really easy matchup. Yeah, so I got a little lucky there. But yeah, in hindsight, the Lessons deck is way better than everything else, I think. For that event, that was certainly the right call. And hats off to CFB and Seth Manfield for taking down the trophy with that broken deck. Very well done. Yeah. So here we are. You know, I'm gonna do the Otters deck in honor, of course, and try to play with it here for the sort of celebratory YouTube video with you guys, with the version that I would maybe try in the future. So our version didn't have any trainers. We thought this card was a little too slow in the sort of against the Simic decks, against the Llanowar Elf decks. You don't want to have it because it's too clunky. But yeah, it's really good in the Izzet matchups. It's a nice grindy piece. So our metagame decision did not pan out. So yeah, now that we know the metagame a little bit better, the Thunder Trap trainer comes back in. And maybe also in general, we just didn't give enough respect for the card. It does a lot of little things. It feels really, really bad when you play it and you miss, right? Like that happens in this deck. Play a 2-mana 1/2 and just miss on it. It's pretty rough. But you know, it's a body for the Flood Collar down the line. Fancy your land drops maybe if you need that, or some pieces, some removal, etc. It's definitely nice in the grindy post-board games to have a little bit more grind material there. Yeah, so this is a little bit of an adjusted list. Playing one less Furnace, one less Paw Patch, one less Song, adding those 3 trainers. I'm playing a 2-3 Bushwhack Analyze split. The 4 Bushwhacks are really good against the other green decks, because you can fight like with an Otter token and stuff. You can fight away the Llanowar Elves. You just get that extra removal into your deck that also serves as a land. But it's less good in an Izzet world. And in an Izzet world, I maybe rather have another Analyze the Pollen to find me the Flood Color to combo a little bit or whatever. Just find me a trainer in the late game to go for that, stuff like that, you know? Still running the Legend. I think the card's quite powerful. Also good in Izzet Mirrors, of course. You could also run an Ral in this slot. I think that's pretty reasonable. I have a Ral in the sideboard and a Legend in the main. You can make that swap, whatever. Yeah. I changed the sideboard a little bit. 2 Soulguide Lantern. I only was running 1 at the event. I was kind of disrespecting a Reanimator deck. But yeah, Lantern's pretty good against Reanimator, of course. And Reanimator seems to be on the upswing. Playing a Spell Pierce instead of a Negate, playing in a Braid and a Heritage Reclamation to get some answers to the Monument of Endurance into my deck. Yeah. And then have a 3rd Roaring Furnace in the side. But this is still one of the best cards against creature decks that you could have, because it's so sick with Boomerang Basics to return it and to kill stuff with. So yeah, that is my updated version of Temur Otters, and we're gonna have some fun with it in this video, of course. And yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody who was rooting for me, supporting me, texting, liking, whatever it was. I was really taken aback by it, by all the support I got, and I just want to say I really appreciate that, and I don't take it for granted. All right, let's play some Magic. It's been a while. Not for me, but here on this channel, I guess. We're on the draw, a bit of a clunker. We do have 2 lands. Yeah, I can try it. I'm on the draw. On the draw, the 3rd land is a guarantee. There you go. Guarantee. So I guess I can actually go starting town here. Play Bushwhack. It does pain me, but it's better to do it this way, because then I can Breeding Pool tap next turn. I guess I'll just get Montagna. Or it's the only... I now have Painless in every color. And if I need double green or double blue, I can use the starting town. In the bronze tier. Yeah. Did my worlds testing mostly internally with my testing team, not mine. Playing as Esper Warp, so yeah, no ladder progress for me in the last month or 2. I mean, I need lands. I don't know what's going on. My opponent's maybe playing the Warp deck, so I guess they could be running an island. They could be running Splash Portal, the Assassin guy, 2/4 Cosmo Grand Zenith, maybe, because you double spell a lot. The Elegy Acolyte, I don't know. We'll see. That's a deck I played like for that Edge of Eternity's pre-release back summer. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I guess I'll just pass the turn here. Just Pixie, I guess. All right. Ba, 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 ba. Check if sound is a little too loud, maybe. A little lower. Oh. That's not that bad, actually. I can just kill that with Song and Floodcaller here. Nice. I could even cast Stalk up if I wanted to. But Song with Floodcaller is really, really nice to have in play, I guess. Yeah. Oh, my opponent has made a land drop yet, I guess. Okay, they're starting to untapped. Yeah, I mean, my Floodcaller is likely gonna go Bite the Dust. But yeah, this is just the best play I have here. Okay, Stalk up into something like a Storm Chaser's Talent, I guess, would be an option. But this is just good. Like, now they have to kill the Floodcaller, and now if I draw a Vitality, at some point, I have these rats already in play, making more mana, so this is perfect. But you're pretty happy to just, like, cast a Song for free in a lot of situations, because it sets you up so well for the future. They haven't cast a removal yet. I mean, if they're not killing this Floodcaller, they're looking at a lot of damage. I must assume they have a nowhere to run, right? Wow, they let me untap? Jeez. Okay, well now I can even protect the yeah, I can protect the Floodcaller, technically speaking. Alright, I think I'll try to cast the most spells this turn, because the most spells I cast, the most damage I deal. So I don't want to cast Keurig, I want to cast Stalk Up. Plus 2 more 1-drops, that's 9 from the rats, 5 from this. I mean, my opponent, yeah. Yeah, this is not how you should do it. So I can fight here. Won't really be able to attack with it, I guess, anyways, right? No, but if I fight, that's a bad idea, because then it has 3 points of damage and dies to this. Actually, how does that work? Actually, how does that work, guys? If a creature has damage on it, and then you give it -3/-3, does it die? Because it has the damage on it? Probably. I'm not willing to risk it, I guess. But we can kill Auto Token. Ooh, my internet. GG, no? And then we'll kill a Pixie, I guess. We should... yeah. Now we should let this happen. Yeah, okay, they still try to kill that. And we kill this. Yeah, you're definitely supposed to just cast Nowhere to run in your own turn. Opponent gives up, okay. I hope they learned something from that. Okay. Pixie, yeah. Could just do a little, like, kind of funny in testing. People started to talk about my sideboarding strategy as the go full Arne or full Arne mode. Because of what I was doing, I was taking out a lot of the time. I was taking out the combo, just boarding all the control cards. I was like, yeah, that was going full Arne. I definitely did it a little too much, maybe. But I think in some matchups it's definitely reasonable. This matchup, it'd be reasonable. Because they have a lot of removal for Badgermill Cup, I presume, like Nowhere to Runs and Grim Bauble, perhaps. So you can take that one out, and you can bring in like Paw Patch maybe for the Riddler. Pyroclasm seems kind of nice. Even Fire Magic maybe. And Null seems interesting, reasonable maybe. Kaito's a little annoying, I guess. Badgermill Cup is kind of nice into opposing Kaito's. Furnace is also good. Yeah, Kaito is like the most problematic card, I guess. from the other side. I can bounce it with boomerang basics. I guess it's a nice tempo swing. I can cut a vitality too. I think I'll leave the songs in. I don't think I like any of the counter spells here. I like the idea of Ral. Let's try this. I can adjust post board. But yeah, when you do something like this, cutting the vitalities and the badger molds, they kind of work very well together, so you can trim on both a little bit. And badger mold is the type of card you either want to have 4 or 0, kinda. Not necessarily always, but it's not a card. It's a card that gets a lot better in multiples. So yeah. Like if your first badger mole gets killed, you still have the 1/1 land, and you play the second badger mole, and that one can sort of profit there. Interesting. I guess I'll just play my talent. What is the next play they have? So they don't have talent, obviously. Could have Kirin. I guess I'll just play it. It's a little awkward with the Pyroclasm if they play like a 2 toughness creature. I'd rather have not played this talent here and rather just wipe the board. But the 2-drops is a flash creature, the Kirin or the imposter thing. So not imposter, the fear of isolation. Let's just pass, I guess. Although, I guess this is a bit of a warning signal that they have Kaito, isn't it? I should just fire magic. Gotta be careful, by the way. If I pain myself in their turn, the Kaito active ability is active. This is not very good for me. I need some proactive elements here. The Kaito is gonna get me otherwise. Oh, nothing? I guess I'll cycle. It's the pawn. Then I want to be mana efficient and activate my talent. But my stuff to get back is pretty anemic. They might just have get lost too or something like that. I could just analyze. I could also wait for the analyze. I have a lot of lands. It's gonna be a little hard to get the graveyard filled up. Alright, screw it. I'm just gonna do this. I feel like this is good if the hand is like all reaction. Which it might be. They didn't play anything on turn 3. They might just be sitting on removals. Do have the Kaito. Maybe they were afraid of a counterspell, I guess. That's why they didn't play turn 4. Yeah, don't love my spot. Yeah. Song is very good in a matchup like this. You usually have trouble dealing with all the rats. Kinda maybe interested in leveling up my talent to 6. It's not amazing, but like what else am I doing? Casting a sauna for 5 and drawing more cards? It's a bit of a desperate situation. I'm kind of praying my opponent doesn't have any enchantment answers. And yeah, I'm gonna take another hit from the Kaito. And kind of hoping that they deploy something to the board so I can like start casting spells and making Otters and maybe claw back into it. They could have Seam Rip. Or my Storm Chaser Talent, they're kept on top. Both cards actually. Oh, they have counter move like that one I can kill. Torch. Not bad. I could theoretically cast Furnace and Torch to kill the Riddler and sack the Furnace. And I can search with the Analyze the Pollen for like a Thunder Trap trainer. Alternatively, could just Paw Patch formation, kill the Riddler, and then what else? Just analyze, get a land drop, make 2 Otters in total, and then actually I could also 11. I could also analyze for land, torch the Kaito, and then return the torch the Kaito again. That would cost me a life. I go to 10 against this Riddler. I have a lot of food in play though. Another Kaito. I have 3 Otters in play then as well, which is quite the clock. Maybe that's just best. I have 3 blue right now and 2 green. So I'll just get a green at this point. I could sack a food to scry theoretically. Just to get a scry going. Would like to find a stock up, I guess. Wouldn't hate that. Yeah, I think I have enough life. Could also sack the talent, but that's... I'm thinking boomerang basics back, maybe. That's interesting. Do a whole lot here. Already have plenty of mana. I kind of want spells, so I attack for 1,000,000 with these Otters. Yeah, I mean, I guess my plan of leveling up the talent worked kind of out here. They are flooding a bit. They're probably sitting on a bunch of like no-way to runs and stuff. I don't know. Maybe a third Kaito. The milled one. We'd have another one in hand. But now the Kaito is less threatening, of course, because I have a board state. Oh, they do have sweepers, okay. They're thinking. Maybe they do have another Kaito. They're thinking if they should return the Riddler. Oh. Maybe. They have like a Pixie? Oh, they have another Riddler. I only want to draw 1. Talent. I'm a little bit out of gas. I kind of need like a stock up effect. They might have a protection for this Riddler. So I'll try to kill it in the upkeep. Need to have some instant for sure. They have a Kirin. Oh. They do. Can they kill me? They need 4 power on this Otter. Oh, I have a blocker. True, true, true. Mm-hmm. Oh shit, they can actually kill me. They have exactly enough with the boomerang basics. Or the Kaito. Alright. Yeah, it didn't do a whole lot for a little bit too long, I guess. Interesting. Interesting. I have mismatching soul guides. Oh. Interesting. Blood color's pretty medium into nowhere to run. I think the only scary card is the Kaito. I think I'm fine having the cups in the sideboard still. Maybe it should be in the main deck. I don't know. You could also trim the flood caller. Has some downsides too. This was sort of like one of those games, one of those post-board games where like one big card advantage spell would have probably turned it around in my favor. Like if I had drawn a Kuruk or a Ral or one of the 4 stock ups. Or even a trainer. Like I didn't draw any of these. I basically just drew like reactive cards and a lot of lands. Huh. Definitely a bad hand, but maybe good enough. Furnace is pretty good against these decks. Like the 5 mana side is very good. Okay. Could certainly see that this is a mulligan, it's a bit of a greedy keep. Was hoping my opponent plays a 2-drop. Discard to hand size. Just gonna return. I'm just gonna be mana efficient here. Next turn, if they don't do anything crazy, I will just cast Furnace. They commit the Sauna side. If they commit much to the board, I can Furnace something. They talent, torch, whatever. The game slowing down is definitely not bad for me. The Sauna is so powerful. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a slugfest. It's quite the board position they're building. And the Grim Bobble, alright. Yeah, playing the Sauna right now might be a little crazy. I might take a lot of damage. I also really want to get the card advantage going. Kill, kill, kill. They can hit me for like what? 3, 6, 8. I'm gonna be greedy. Greedy, greedy, greedy. That's pretty good actually. Something I also thought about, like I could technically find one of these. Would be very nice into this board state. But obviously very low odds, so I didn't even mention it. But it was on my mind when I cast the sauna here. Like it's obviously a little better to do that. Cycling away a relic here. Very interesting. Kind of a sign of weakness. Yeah, this position is very pleasant for me. Boom. Boom. Don't unlock that. Oh, I like it in the sauna. I'm just a sauna guy. What can I say? So steamy in here, so nice. We got the furnace still sitting there if you need it. I really started appreciating the card during testing. It's so sick with Boomerang Basics, of course. But it's just a nice card in itself, too. Like a 2-mana removal. Yeah, sure, it has its downsides. It's sorcery. It doesn't always kill what you want to kill. And it's just randomly this 5-mana sorcery attached to it. It's just, like, pretty powerful. Okay, I think I'm going into level 3 again, honestly. Holding up the torch. I guess I'll attack first. Don't think I want to play Floodcaller here. Are we sitting on removal? The cracking the relic was weird. Just do this, hold up torch, and then next turn I can do some Floodcaller shenanigans. Yeah, these blue-black base decks, they're pretty weak into all these enchantments, like Stormchaser's Talent and Steaming Sauna, very powerful there. Stalk Up, I haven't drawn Stalk Up. The Stalk Up is obviously insane as well, especially with the talent to return it. Like, that's just a very powerful grind engine. And one of the reasons I also like this deck a lot, because it has the ability to threaten that combo kill, but also the ability to play a very nice grindy game with some of the best cards in Standard, Talent, Torch, Stalk Up, you know. The Boomerang basic stuff is also very nice at grinding. It's a lot of game plans in one deck, which makes it also not that easy to play against it. I should have maybe killed this while they were tapped out, huh? Definitely won't let him hit me, though, because of the Kaito. Going for the basics, okay. Yeah, this is a very strong card, of course. In case you didn't notice. You probably have, but yeah. Well, we thought that Badger Mole and Boomerang Basics are the best cards. Oh, they're bouncing the talent, nice. The best card in the latest set. Turns out Gran had something to say about that. But yeah. And one of the reasons why we played Otters, because we played 4 and 4 of each. The 2 best cards in Avatar. Anyways, are we going into Sauna again? It's really kind of appealing to do so. Other option is to like end of turn Floodcaller, then make end of turn a bunch of rats maybe. In case if they have a nowhere to run, that plan gets kind of blown up. I think I'll just go into the sauna again, and then I'll cast the Floodcaller anyways. They're at 18, they go to 15. Well, I go talent here. I don't know. Floodcaller is really awkward into nowhere to run. It's like very telegraphed as well. I passed the turn there with shocking myself with Stomping Ground. It's pretty obvious that I have a Floodcaller. And if they then just leave up 2 mana and I can't really do it. So I think I'm just going to go for the sort of like more passive line, I guess. Oh, now they want to do that. Okay. Sure. It's a bit of a funny game. If you're doing the talent activation, you should maybe cast Relic first. See what you draw, maybe. So can I actually kill them here? I go Flood Collar, Talent, Song. It's probably lethal. Yeah, I did have lethal there. All right, well, we're marching up the Bronze tier. All right, there you go. Play first. No, thank you. Oh God, what is this? Ooh. 4 lands and 2 free drops. Hey. Ah! Pain. Going to 5? Maybe. A lot of 5s that are better than this. 2 combo pieces, but it's pretty clunky. I think it's a bronze opponent. Does that make keeping risky hands a more convincing proposition? Oh man. I'll try again. We're on the play. I think on the draw this is all too much. Going to 5s and great either, so it's like pick your poison situation, I guess. When in doubt, take a mulligan. But when on 6, that doubt becomes the other direction too. Burnout, Astronaut, Mono Red back in the starting town. Woo! Drawing my 1 Painland in the deck twice against the Mono Red player. A classic. My 1 Painland, my 2 Painlands, drawing both. That's not the matchup where you want to have a slow draw. Mono red, mono red, mono red. Can't say I tested this matchup much, if at all. Of course, we did play with mono red a little bit, but we just figured it was pretty bad into the Ouroboros decks because they just do something so incredibly powerful, so fast. And mono red has a little bit of a hard time sort of keeping up with that. Like while mono red tries to chip damage and play 1 creature at a time, Ouroboros decks just like go nuts, right? And make like 20 power on turn 3 or whatever, 40 power. Boomerang basics. The Vitality is a little bit more resilient to burn, so I guess I'll just play that. Also nice to combine Flood Caller with instant speed stuff like Boomerang Basics. Might just be playing against the version of aggro. And my hand is not particularly good against Romampo. Free cards in hand. This trainer finds a torch or a furnace, that would be fantastic. Even a bushwhack, actually. Let's try to find one of those. Okay, Paw Patch hits the slick shot, so that's good. Yeah, I don't think I can go for the song here. I think that's a little too crazy. Yeah, this is not bad. Now I can double on the Bastronaut, and I can kill the slick shot. It's a little unfortunate that the Paw Patch is revealed. Now they know exactly what's going on and can plan ahead. Better than not having a Paw Patch. Yeah, I see. I'm just gonna kill this right now. I don't want them to harmonize the Wild Ride potentially. Just give them less options if they wanted to do that this turn. Fair enough. Going to 7. Yeah, I don't love my spot. Okay, that's probably good. Hmm. Probably just pass the turn here. Trying to double block the Bastronaut and like bouncing the Slick Shot. We'll see. Okay, main phasing that. That's interesting. Not sure what's going on. Why? I'm perplexed. They don't seem to have anything? That case. That case, I'll just bounce the back. Try to kill them. With 2 Otters in play, should be doable. You don't say. You don't say. Would be nice to have a tap all button. Particularly when playing this deck. That is kind of convenient to have. Like tapping them all single. They're giga dead. We can give them a good game. They accept their fate. No, they want me to kill them. Okay, thank you. Did I already have lethal? 4 seconds? Yeah, probably already had lethal, didn't I? 18. 1 blocker, take 22. Yeah. Didn't even need to do more. Alright, that was some pretty good draw steps. And the trainer was kind of convincing there, being able to block, find my removal, and being a combo piece. Alright, so Pop-Edge formation is kind of nice against Leyline. Oh, the removal is good. Furnace, Pop-Edge. We can cut the Kuruk. Yeah. Holds. This is the type of matchup where I'm like a little less inclined to have trainer. The Badger Mole does broken stuff. Trainer is a little expensive, clunky. Maybe cut a boomerang. Or Braid in the main deck. I guess that's sort of a tech against the Monument deck. Usually these Leyline... What's going on? Sideboard, hello? Usually these Leyline decks do not have... what's it called? Removal in the main deck. They usually just play combat tricks. Then they play the fling card, which could technically be a removal. Yeah, no, thank you. You're not good enough. Alright, a lot of mulliganing. One mulligan as well. Kept the 6. Okay. Okay, I kind of like this. Sort of a nice control hand. Other option would be something like this. Sets you up for the combo better. But I think these cards fit pretty well together, so I'm going to go with that. You could also remove the torch, but I think that's super greedy. Because you have the Pyroclasm. I don't want to do that. This is pretty good against Pyroclasm. Interesting. Interesting. I don't think I want to Telegraph Torch right now. I kind of want to have them play into my Pyroclasm a little bit. Take 8. Maybe I should have left up Torch, huh? Prevent this play. I don't know if that was correct. Could also paw patch it. Huh? Leading freaking effigy. Hmm. Yeah. We also tested the leyline deck a bit, but we soon realized that leyline is really bad against boomerang basics, which a lot of our lists had. Hmm. They have one unknown. I don't want to get rid of this fleeting effigy, and then maybe just pyroclasm and hope that they are out of gas. I think that's my best bet, honestly. Attack! Otherwise, the opponent could find me a creature, or I could just pick up a land here. And then play the Stalk up afterwards. I think I'm gonna Stalk up. I kind of like the idea of finding a Flood Caller. Well, I did find a Flood Caller anyways. So now I could pick up Fire Magic and Flood Caller and just pass the turn next turn. I could pick up a land and Flood Caller. I could pick up land, Fire Magic, search for Flood Caller. Or I could just pick up the 2 spells and just pass. The thing with Fire Magic is it's not that great against combat tricks. Interesting spot. Like, at least if they have a creature. Probably GG. You got me. Okay. All right, here we go again. Here we go again. Not much I could have done that game. I mean, maybe the turn 2 or turn 1 shock myself, so I have to torture up play was better. They can't 6 me. Yeah, that maybe was correct. Ooh. We were thinking this could maybe be a stomping ground. Some of us played it as a stomping ground. I chose to play the Spire Bluff Canal. It only adds a couple more percentage points in terms of how often you're going to have green on turn in your opening hand, but here's one of those hands. If this would be a stomping ground, we'd had a keep. It's not. So we mulligan. So it's kind of funny. Sometimes it happens, I guess. Thing. Kind of like this, I think. We have 3 mana already with the cup, and I don't think they have much removal, so my cup is probably gonna live. And if it doesn't, I can do like Boomerang Basics, Talent shenanigans. And I do want to stock up when I have the mana here. To find my stuff, find more removal, take over the game. Oh, Leyline. I could choose to just bounce it. And then play Cup next turn. I kind of like that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Interesting. Just get Vitality. Pretty messed up card with Badgermal Cup. Okay. Let's do green. Vitality. Last the turn. I mean, technically, wait a minute. Technically, I could just do Song for 2, then have... Yeah, actually, I have Lethal probably here. Yeah, I do have Lethal, don't I? Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little slow. The jet lag. Blue. Cast you. Do I have Lethal? Yeah, I should be fine, right? Because I have... Yeah, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna do this. Yeah, then I can return Boomerang Basics. Cast it with the thingy. Make another 4 mana. Tap those 4. Cast the basics. Like, have already cast a talent, make 4. Activate talent. Yeah, that's lethal. That's infinite. Basically, you can draw your entire deck and make a ton of power. And then I can make it even more. Like, I generate 2 mana every time I do that. And then I can get the song back and make 1,000,000 damage if I want to. There you go. There you go. No. Feeling risky today? 5 better chances than this. On the play. The trainer could find a Boomerang Basics, which then could give me more draws towards the green source. I think on a draw I would keep it on the play. I'm like not sure. I think I should go to 5. The deck actually has a lot of... My opponent's also mulliganing a bunch. The deck has a lot of card advantage after all. Oof. Out of the game. Toasty, you there? Toasty's not there. Bye, Toasty. Well, we'll play another one. All right. This is new background. Looks like maybe villain headquarters. Do I fetch for a land? Probably. Probably. I think the mountain is kind of bad if I draw exactly Spire Bluff Canal. So maybe I should have chalked the Stomping Ground. Esper Origins. Sort of Temur Creatures deck. Ooh. Zabajamos Kaba. I mean, I guess I'll just play Vitality. Next turn is gonna be broken. Bang. That's the 4-power dot deck. Okay. I'm gonna have 6 mana, 7 mana. 7 mana. Oops. Let's go. I guess I'll play the Purge. Tap this, play this. Not the best stock up. Technically do have a lot of boomerangs and trainers because I have the boomerang already. Might want to have a boomerang for their board. Might want to find a torch for this Trailblazer, huh? Take these. Tap you for blue, cast you. Find a torch, attack for free. Good. Yeah, song is cool, but I really feel like I should have a torch for this guy. Guess like otherwise they go crazy. Maybe. Look at that. Villain. Letting me untap with a bazillion mana, yeah. Let's offspring this. I have an analyze in my graveyard. I have another Trailblazer. I don't like a second torch, to be honest. Seems like that's problematic for my opponent. Oh. I have 5. I have 6 mana, 7 mana left. It's gonna be tricky to pull off. Maybe next turn. Wait, why did I take a torch? I already drew a torch this turn. Holy shit. That was bad. Oh my god, I forgot I drew a torch this turn. Oopsie. God damn it. 5 mana. Stock up. Play breeding pool. Bit of a weird game. Yeah, sorry about the torch pickup there. That was bad. I should have. What else there was in the pile, I guess. Trailblazer dying to Torch is not optimal. Or that deck over there. Next turn, I'm gonna have 17 mana. Huh? Oh, 16 red. That's gonna translate to 32 mana. Which is lethal. By multiple different ways. So like I can get Floodcaller here, I can just get a Song back. Like if I get a Song back, it's already lethal. And that's sort of the combo that you don't even need a Floodcaller. When you have Song, Badgermal Cup, and Vitality, you just get a Song and he makes a lot of mana and you have a talent and you get another Song and that Song is then super lethal. This Song is going to be for 27. My opponent's at 16 life. 2 blockers in play. I could even do more shenanigans, of course. I could do even more power and I could technically go infinite as well because I have to analyze the pollen in the graveyard. Although not infinite at this point anymore, but I could have gone infinite if I don't return the Song. Okay, that was chill. I need Paw Patch. This matchup. Essence Scatter and Stroke, maybe. Braid. Yeah. The Kuruk. The deck is trying to put these 4 power guys into play and then go prevent them from doing that. The Gate maybe is good against some of their stuff. Like they have. I think they mostly play creatures, so I don't think it's that good. The Furnace is interesting. It's like good if they just play stuff, I guess. But they are not inclined to do so. But maybe at times they will be, but they will have to. So I think I should have them. Could have a third. Kill the big guys, but I guess I can also bounce the big guys. Kind of like Trainer here because it finds me my removal. They're just kind of basics. Ah, oh, seems fine. This seems good. Oh. One cap 7. Double Furnace is a little awkward. I'm gonna mulligan. I'm gonna proactive hand. Yeah, blue-red control. It's always been my archetype. Love it. Llanowar Elf. Well, good. Did I have the kill spell? That one. Another one. Another one. Another one. My hand is not that good at playing the long, like playing a fast game, so I'm not sure if I should abrade this Llanowar Elf. I feel like I maybe should keep my abrade. On the other hand, if they are mana screwed, it's obviously good to kill it. But like, how do I win this game? Kind of nice that if I draw a green, I could just bushwhack it as well. I'm deciding to leave it. It's like, why I like killing it on turn 1 is that it prevents them from casting a free drop, but now it doesn't even prevent them from casting a free drop anymore. It's like, if I kill the elf, they play the battle cry. I don't have remove for the battle cry. That's not very good for me. And if my high rolling is if I draw a Botanicus Sanctum here, and then I can kill both. Which would have been nice. Yeah, glad I didn't kill the elf again. Ooh. Alright, I guess I'll try to find my green source. GG. Maybe they got 2 lands in hand, who knows? I think I'm okay to concede. That was like the worst card I could have seen. Okay. Yeah, let's go again. Let's have a functional draw this time, maybe. Could have added the second furnace now that I know they have elves as well. Furnace is kind of nice on the play. Just kill off the turn 1 elf on your turn 2. It's not that mana efficient. I also have a bunch of bushwhacks, so I can kill these elves with those. Fine by me. That's a dead elf. Maybe I played that a little too fast. Oh shit, you have a negate effect? Wow. Could have played Vitality there. Awkward situation. Who's gonna... Good turn, but not incredible. So. And then we trainer. Find a torch, I can just kill it, otherwise I fight. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 5, 6 mana. Okay. Oh, that was a good draw. I could technically go analyze for the Floody Boy. Maybe the best line I have, actually. The most proactive line. Then I can untap, stock up in hand. If they don't have the removal, they're just pretty dead. Yeah. And presumably they're going to be in trouble. Like, not dead necessarily, but like having 2 Otters in play and a stock up to cast. Pretty good. Good situation to be in. Okay. So I'll just attack. Block. All right. I have a pretty scary board state, but I don't have any cards in hand. If I draw lands, I lose, maybe. But yeah, if. That's not a land. Not the greatest spell either. This makes 2G. Sort of force a trade with that. We could also double flip both my saunas and leave that thing in play. I'm at 18. They probably will not be able to kill me, right? They have spell pierce? No. So yeah, I could attack with these flat collars, but I'm not positive that's a good idea. So I'll just flip my Arasana and pass the turn. I guess I could have attacked with both and still flipped my sauna. Pyroclasm could have gotten me. I have another one that gets me. They do not seem to have another one. This thing can hit me. I have basics, right? That's infinite. Oh, they have a... Ooh, if they have the spider intrusion, but it seems like they only have spell pierce. As long as I can play around spell pierce, I'm gonna be okay, which I can actually. Yeah. They figured it out. Well, we got a 3-0, I suppose. In the silver frost here, let's go. Pow pow. Mighty me here. Not hitting the Is It Lessons deck, which is sort of the broken deck in the format right now. Yeah, this is Otters. This is the Otters deck, how I sort of build it going forward. I can't really promise you that this is the deck to play right now. I had a pretty bad experience at the World Championship. And the Lessons matchup, I think, is just a tricky one to solve. Yeah, again, like this deck is good into all the green decks, into like Badgermore stuff, and into like Demir, blue-black. Control decks are also totally fine matchups for this deck. I found like Jeskai or what have you, because you grind really well. But the Izzet decks, like especially Izzet Lessons, the Sulta Reanimator deck, those two are not great matchups, I found. So the metagame spot right now doesn't seem that great. I hope you still enjoyed having me back here on YouTube for a little bit. I might make a video or two, but I am also really busy right now with a lot of stuff. I have the Arena Championship coming up next week, and the deck submission is already on Monday. So Arena Championship is going to be timeless, so completely new format right afterwards. I'm still a little bit jet lagged, you know. So it's a lot right now with Christmas coming too. But I'll try to make it all work and make a video or two as well in the meantime. before Christmas. Maybe some Is It Lesson stuff, maybe some Sultai Reanimator or decks that we were trying in the testing that are interesting to cover for you guys. All right, thanks for watching as always. I'll see you next time.